Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin Business Virtual Power Lunch. Please welcome your hosts, Tyler Price and Brian Magleby.
All right.
There we are.
There we are.
Give us some thumbs up, dude.
Thumbs up, baby.
Just like the logo down
Yeah.
there. Welcome to some Talkin Business.
Yeah, nice little landscape behind us there too, so very good.
Beautiful. We got you can see a little snow on the peaks. There might be a little bit more snow out there than what's actually in the picture. So,
Well, so last week maybe we should talk about sponsors or something before we jump. Yeah.
We don't have any agenda.
We don't have an agenda.
We'll just talk about it all.
Yeah.
Last week, Will Ricks.
Yeah. Talking, I mean, he's a farmer, he's an entrepreneur, he's all those things.
Investor, he's got farms, he's got crops, he's got shipping
cows, he's got
cows, feedlots. Man, the guy's all over the eastern Idaho. Man, and great input on supply chain.
Yeah, which is a significant issue right now, and it will be.
Watch the news.
Watch out.
It is going to be happening.
It's
so
precarious.
Christmas
hopefully.
shopping, I've always joked about that, that every year it gets earlier. Well, this year it might have some importance.
Yeah.
I know laying in bed last night, my wife's like, we better start doing it. So we started doing some shopping last night. So
well, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, and our sponsors, we got Volpine, Ryan Jost, that guy does a great job.
Ryan Jost, a guest on our show a couple weeks ago, absolutely does a great job keeping us up to date. Many of you are watching it right now on our website or YouTube through Volpine and with the help of New Line Media in the studio. We are in their studio now as we speak here in downtown Idaho Falls.
Yeah, and so New Line obviously Tyson's doing some great things there. The SBDC, Best Kept Secret in Idaho. If you're starting a business or if you have an existing business and just want another set of eyes on it, highly recommend setting up some time at the SBDC.
IdahoSBDC.org. You can request an appointment, and it's all no charge consulting. So, and of course, the Idaho Innovation Center. If you need a place to have your office, we have actually a small office available.
Wow,
not very often do we have space, but you're welcome to come down and check it out. We have great facilities there at the Idaho Innovation Center. So,
and BBSI, don't forget about those guys.
We can't forget BBSI. The guys there. There's every guy there is good.
Yep.
Jeremy, Mike, Jared, absolutely phenomenal. So we could not be more appreciative of the sponsors that keeps this show up and going every single week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this class that we have starting next month, sales. Jared, one of the guys from BBSI, is going to be teaching the class. And there's not a business out there that doesn't involve sales. Either it's a service or a product that you're selling in business. And this class is, I have to say, Jared, I got in on some of the classes. Absolutely a genius when it comes to what it is, what disciplines you have to have in business to increase your sales of your business. And he has a proven technology way of doing things that's absolutely great. So check out the class. You go to IdahoSBDC.org and look for classes, and it will be there, and you can get registered for that class. There is a minor charge of $149 for that. We'll be talking about it in coming weeks. It's every Wednesday in November. And so we'd love to, if you're interested in that class, go check it out.
Yeah, and sales is the lifeblood of any business. So anything you can do, even small increments like 2 to 5% a month, year over year, you grow that much, and you're talking about a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yep. So highly recommend you looking into that sales class starting. It's every Wednesday in November, so check it out. Excited about today's show. I've been talking about this guy, having him on for a couple months now, and we are excited to have Tyson Daniels with the Grease Monkey. He's got multiple locations throughout eastern Idaho. We're going to learn all about those locations. Plus, he's even added some car washes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool stuff,
It's
right?
going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking to Tyson today about the Grease Monkey. He's a franchisee of the Grease Monkey and a great organization. And in fact, before we bring Tyson on, we're going to watch a quick video, a segment of a video that talks about the Grease Monkey and their operations. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll bring Tyson on to the set.
Whether it's a means of getting around town or it's a treasured set of wheels, all car owners, regardless of how they view their vehicles, should understand the importance of regular maintenance. Changing the oil,
Grading B2.
topping off the fluids, replacing filters, rotating the tires and servicing the brakes are essential to keeping a vehicle operating at peak performance and ensuring operator safety. Though all of this is specified in the vehicle's owner's manual, they may have a hectic schedule and lack the time to take the vehicle in. Across the U.S., in China, and Latin America, consumers are discovering an honest, competent, convenient, and memorable experience at Grease Monkey Automotive Service Centers.
Hi, welcome to Grease Monkey. How can we help you today?
At Grease Monkey, we have an intense focus on delivering a less hassle, more hustle experience for our customers every time they come to visit us. Our services at Grease Monkey are designed to fit the busy lives of the driving public by meeting their vehicle maintenance requirements.
Founded in 1978, Grease Monkey International, Inc. is one of the largest fast oil chains not owned by a major oil company.
You're clear to add and start.
Our independence means that there is no obligation to buy a specified brand or product, and this allows us to negotiate the best pricing for our franchisees.
Grease Monkey Centers distinguish the service experience through 4 areas of customer interaction: the welcome, the wait, the show, and the departure.
Our certified technicians hustle out to the vehicle. They get the vehicle in quickly. We've got a certified pit crew, and these guys are the best of the best. They take their job seriously, they're highly educated, they're trained. Generally speaking, get those vehicles done in less than 20 minutes.
The top performing centers reach certified pit crew status. A number of Grease Monkey services and products are eco-friendly, and the company also offers a fleet services program. In addition to an outstanding service experience based on developing long-term relationship with customers, Grease Monkey provides a great opportunity for those looking to own a business.
All right, we'll get it closed up and we'll get you on your way.
It's been very rewarding to be involved with Grease Monkey. They have great support for marketing, for the operations. We have the university that I send my people to, very supportive of us as franchisees.
Grease Monkey franchisees are entrepreneurs who come from a wide range of backgrounds and experiences.
Well, very good, right? Grease Monkey.
That introduces Grease Monkey
There we
pretty
go.
well.
Yeah.
Pretty much sums it up.
So, first off, you're not from this area originally. So you were just growing up in Kearns, Utah. Go Cougars, right?
Cougar.
And then one day you just said, I want to move to Idaho Falls and turn a wrench. Is that how that whole thing happened? Or how did you end up here? And how did you get the Grease Monkeys going?
So I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I was born in Pocatello.
Okay, there we go. Nothing wrong with Pocatello.
Not something you brag about.
No, I love Pocatello.
Yeah.
We've got stores there. It's an awesome community. But no, I moved to Salt Lake when I was 4 and lived there until I was 18. And it's interesting how maybe one of the worst days of your life can totally set the path for your future.
Yeah.
So I had a rough day. It brought me to Idaho, and I've loved it ever since.
Yeah, well, that is a rough. Coming to Idaho sometimes is a rough day in and of itself, but we love it here, right?
Idaho's great.
So what brought you to the area, and then what brought you to the ownership of the Grease Monkey?
Sure. So growing up, my family has always worked in the quick lube business. My stepdad managed Q Lubes and Jiffy Lubes, so naturally when I was 16, that's who I started working for.
That's where you worked.
There was a Q Lube location that was in between my high school and my work, or my high school and my home, so it was easy just to hit work in between. Then they moved to Idaho, and I stayed in Utah with Grandma.
Yeah.
And that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
So parents called and said, hey, it's time for you to come to Idaho. So I came up here and started working with Jiffy Lube and worked with them for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just one day, it's just like, I got to have my own thing. Is that what happened? And
yeah. You love the business, you love the people you work with, you love the customers, but at the end of the day, it's nice having something that's yours.
Yeah.
It's nice knowing that you're responsible for the end result, and yeah.
Why Grease Monkey? Why did you choose the Grease Monkey franchise?
So Grease Monkey's been a great franchise. I joined Grease Monkey because it was what was available. I loved working at Jiffy Lube. It was a great job, but the owner has a territory, and he owned the territory, so the ability to open up a Jiffy Lube here wasn't available.
Right.
I knew the franchise owner of Grease Monkey. Him and I had a great relationship, and I told him I was interested in getting into the business, and he said that his stores were going to come available for sale, and I should keep my eye out for them, and so I did.
Wow.
So.
And how long ago was that?
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yep.
And then it's just been a easy street ever since.
Of course.
So where are your locations at, and what have you done to add to those locations?
Sure. So we've got 2 locations in Pocatello.
Okay.
We've got a location in Idaho Falls, and we have a location in Rexburg. We used to have a location in Rupert. We sold that location about 4 years ago. And we opened our Idaho Falls location about 5 years ago. So we added that location, and then we've added a couple of car washes in Pocatello.
Yeah. Well, and how do the car washes, they kind of complement each other then, or how does that work?
It's great. It's good being able to give a customer a free car wash when they come in to get the oil changed.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
It's very good. So your location here in Idaho Falls is on Channing Way.
It is.
And I mean, every time I drive by that, you have people waiting there to come out and greet people. And talk about the packages that you have with the Grease Monkey.
Sure. So our full service oil change is a complete fluid maintenance service. We change the oil filter, check and top off underhood fluids, vacuum exterior windows, and check and adjust tire pressure. And then it also comes with a free top off service. So in between the oil change, the customers can come in and we do those same services for free in between.
Yeah. So how's it been? Because you go and you look at places right now are just fighting for employees, right? And your employee, I mean, there's some technical things that they got to understand in doing these things. So how's that been for you in terms of finding employees, keeping employees? Is that one of your bigger struggles right now?
We see it all around us. We go next door to restaurants and they have reduced their hours or they've closed on days, and it's always due to a staffing shortage. Mm-hmm. We've been really lucky. Most of our employees have stayed with us. We've been able to hire, train, and retain good people. All of our stores right now are fully staffed, but we're definitely very conscious of the labor shortage right now and doing everything we can to keep our good people.
Yeah.
And part of that video that we watched was that you have a university that they go to learn all that kind of stuff. Is that part of what's required with the franchise?
Sure. So Grease Monkey provides a Full Speed University. It's an online training course that we put our guys when they first come in. I mean, they're on the university before they get on the floor. We want them to know what they're doing before they're working on customer cars. There's certifications for each position, and after they pass their certification test, there's a hands-on training that goes on after that. Once the employees have been with us for a while, Grease Monkey does provide a management training that we're able to send our employees to Denver, and they offer a week-long management training course that's been really good for our employees.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you've also, as you've been here involved in the community, you've taken various classes. You've actually sent some of your employees to some of the classes. In fact, the sales class has been one that I think you've sent people to that's going to happen in next month that we've had in previous years. The Grow business, the Elevate business, you've been very active in supporting your staff in getting them to get the right education, to be the right type of employees.
Yes, our employees are what makes us. They make or break you, so we want to give them all the training that we can. We've sent our employees to the management training offered by the SBDC. It's great. We've done marketing classes, sales classes, and we want to take advantage of any of those opportunities that are available for our employees to grow and succeed.
Yeah.
And you've also added something to doing with windshields. I know you do that at the Innovation Center, and so kind of talk about what your services you have there. That's an additional service that not every lube place has. So.
Yeah. Well, we want to stay competitive in the market. We're looking at the new demand for electric vehicles, and so we're thinking, what does that mean for our business in 10 years? So we're looking at things that we know cars are going to need. Some cars are going to need oil changes. All cars are going to need wiper blades. They're going to need brakes, and they're going to need glass. We see about 50% of the vehicles that come into our locations either have a rock chip or a crack. So we've added that service to our business. We're able to provide automotive glass replacement, chip repair, and we do that on site or we come to you.
Very good. Yeah. And so where do you see this, because you mentioned electric vehicles, right? Because there was a time where horses was how people got around, and they're looking at cars like, oh yeah, that's not going to work, because cars, you had to be pretty mechanically inclined at the time to own a car. Now there's places like you out there, but what time frame, you say 10 years, but what time frame do you see that being disruptive to what you're doing? Because you have like you see it, hey, I got to take some initiative now, make some money, but as that comes in and maybe starts impacting, but do you see it being a 10-year cycle where electric cars could potentially really start to disrupt your industry?
I don't think we see it in a 10-year cycle. I see electric vehicles getting more popular, but right now the average vehicle that we see coming into our shop is 10 years old. So I think we're going to see an increased amount of electric vehicles on the road, but it's going to be 10 years before half of those vehicles are electric, and then it's going to be 10 years past that before it starts affecting us. But we have seen less vehicles come into the base with extended oil drain intervals. You probably used to get your oil changed every 3,000 miles.
Right.
Now you're extending that out to 5 or 6. But we've made that up through other services. You know, our customer count has maybe came down a little bit, but our revenue levels have came up, and we've happy where we are.
So what other services? I mean, we talked about glass. So you get a car in, and you are there saying, hey, you know, you should really look at your brakes, or you should look at these things. So on site, you're doing brakes. What amount or what level of engine repair is your shop able to do?
So 50% of our revenue right now is coming from oil changes, and 50% of it's coming from other services. Our Idaho Falls location is a full-service repair shop, so we're getting into transfer case replaces, clutch replacements.
You can do all that.
Tune-ups, yep, we do that. Our locations in Pocatello and Rexburg, we do oil change, fluid maintenance, tire rotation.
Industry,
My hands are pretty clean
they
today.
Look clean, yeah.
Today. No, there's been a shift in the business up until about 5 years ago. I mean, it was very hands-on. It was in the pit, working on hoods, but now we've got people in roles in our shops that take care of all that. So I still like to get involved, be with customers, vacuum cars, change oil, but not as much as I used to. I have a certification on the wall that says I'm a certified alignment technician, but you probably don't want me doing your alignment. There's better people for that.
That's good. Well, one of the things that you are very involved in the community, so kind of talk about some of the organizations that you're on, maybe some boards, things like that. I want to kind of, and then we'll evolve and talk about what it is that, the entrepreneurs watching the show today, what is some advice that you could give them?
Sure. So right now I'm currently serving as the Franchise Advisory Council President for Grease Monkey. Okay. So I work as a liaison between the franchisee and the franchisor as new policies, new procedures come out. We work a lot with the National Materials Fund, the advertising budget. That's been fun. Get to know a lot of franchisees across the country, and I've been in that role for about 2 years. Got one more year to serve, and then it'll be time to pass the torch.
Pass it on, yeah.
Yep. Locally, I serve on the foundation for the College of Eastern Idaho.
CEI, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So we're the scholarship board, make sure that scholarship funds are getting allocated to deserving students, and I'm serving as a treasurer in that capacity. And it's fun. It's great to meet people in the community, and it's fun going through the scholarship applications and reading life stories and see where people are at in life and what their next steps are and what their goals are.
Okay.
Very good. What advice do you have to the entrepreneurs that are watching Talkin Business? What is it that that motivated you to do what you're doing, and what advice would you give them?
I tell you a story?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So about 8 years ago, I was managing a location, and I loved my job, but I wanted something more. I wanted to, at the end of the day, to know it was for me and my family, and I took a risk. I remember meeting with another business owner in Idaho, and part of the deal with me owning Grease Monkeys was I was a little bit short on cash, and I had to take a supply contract. And I sat down next from this person that I'd never met, and he said, "Well, what do you need?" And I said, "I need $100,000. And he loaned me that money on a handshake.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I think of that relationship and how much that means and the loyalty that I have to their company because of it. I think that there's always a position in a relationship, there's always someone that has an advantage over another person. So I think it's very important to always treat everyone fair, to do what you can do to support other people and to help other people come up, because those relationships come around and you have the opportunity to help those around you.
Well, I hope that there's some aspiring business owners that can take that on, and if you have the drive and the desire to do that, do like Tyson did. Yeah. Go out there and find the money and make it happen.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's not all like I kind of jokingly said, oh yeah, then you open it and it's life is easy, right? But can you imagine yourself doing anything other than being a small business owner?
I can't. I don't think I could ever go back to working a 9 to 5. It's great. It's it's fun having a team, being able to be in control of a situation. At the end of the day, you know the decisions you make benefit you and benefit the people that are around you, and you can make a change for the good.
Yeah.
And I personally know quite a few of his employees that have come through the trainings, and I can't tell you how they all speak so highly of not only the management of the franchise company, but the other employees. It's just they love going to work every day. You can't find that at a lot of places, and so it's been very inspiring to hear that your employees speak so highly of the organization that they work for.
Well, they're good. They're good guys.
Yeah.
We love them.
That's why they're long and faithful employees. If you treat your employees right, I want to read a few things here that he put down in his notes here, and I thought that it was. I think that every entrepreneur out there, if they live by some of these things, how can I serve my community? How can I be a better father and husband? What more can I do for my team members? How can I be a better customer? What services can I provide to help my consumers? And this is why, when you have this kind of foresight to look as an owner, a franchisee, that these are the kind of the desires that you have as an owner, that's going to show in your business. And I think people see that. Is that right?
Yeah, it's got to be about the people that's around you, how to make their life. Because if you focus on the people around you and how you can make things better for them, eventually it comes back around to you.
So you see a lot of push in Idaho for the Go On movement, meaning that when someone graduates high school to move on, typically that means they recommend they go to a 4-year university. CEI has a mechanic division, right?
They do.
And so speak to the trades, because to me that's what you're involved in is a trade. Why do people want to get involved in trades versus whatever university is trying to put them out into? Because honestly, I don't know how many more philosophers we need to go through universities at this point, but personal opinion. But speak to the trade industry as a whole.
Well, the service industry as a whole is needed. I mean, we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need mechanics. I look at the programs that they have at CEI and BYU Idaho, and they're great programs. I mean, we're seeing kids come in that are leaving with an automotive engineering degree, that are leaving to Ford to be customer support, and you know, they're needed.
Yeah.
Definitely a shortage with people that have skilled labor, and there'll always be employers that are willing to hire them and get them to work.
Yeah.
Skilled labor, you talk about that. There, you know, and I'm not. I want to discount any of the, you know, the 4-year college degrees and other things like that. But you know, I've got a son that right now none of that interests him, but he wants to hit a specific trade, and I love that that CEI offers that, and that's what they, you know, whether he wants to be a plumber, an electrician, an automotive technician, whatever it is, radiological with out to the site. CEI has a program for it, and it's absolutely great, and they can come out and get entry-level jobs in organizations like the Grease Monkey, and I think that that's absolutely awesome. Talk to us, Tyson, about how COVID has affected your business.
Man, March was scary.
2020.
Yes. I remember getting our financial statements, and I was looking at March of 2020 compared to 19. In 19, we were coming off on a high. It was a great year. Yeah. And there was $100,000 spread from what we had made in March of 20 to what we made in March of 19 to what we lost in 20. And so it was like we went from, you know, just having everything we needed to, what are we going to do? You know, we're eating ramen noodles tonight.
Yeah.
We kept all of our crew on. We didn't lay a single person off. We made sure everyone had hours, and we adjusted. One thing that I thought was awesome is I came into our Idaho Falls location, and we were deemed an essential business, so we were able to stay open, but we weren't allowed to have customers inside of our waiting area. So we had customers remain inside their vehicles, and then we went did a lot of pickup and delivery services where we went and picked up customers' cars and brought them back to the shop. But our crew in Idaho Falls, with absolutely no guidance, no even permission really, they turned our waiting room into a donation center. So they brought in toilet paper, wipes, Tylenol, diapers, and my guys started a Facebook group, and they went and delivered these items to people in the community. People would come in, donate. People would come in, take what they needed, and then people that weren't able to get out to the store, they would take them to their houses, and they kind of did that on their own time. So we kept busy doing stuff that wasn't necessarily
In your wheelhouse.
Yeah, and
But
didn't
needed.
really, yeah, it didn't even really bring an income to the company, but our guys were able to keep busy, and I think we've seen the benefits of that later on in the year. Business came back strong.
Did it really? That's great. And we talked about, I think pretty well every show about the pivots that business. But when he put that in there, it's a definite highlight that how his business pivoted, and that he came to. We won't get into the conversation about essential businesses with Tyler. With Tyler here, because Tyler likes to get up on his soapbox.
I'm all good with businesses being open, but being non-essential, I wasn't good with that.
Yes, exactly. So we won't get there, but that's great.
Who has the right to deem that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was very divisive.
Oh, we're getting on his soapbox now. You asked that, and
look, it was divisive, and it was poorly.
It was, and
because business people will figure it out. Like, okay, we're not going to let people come in because we all cared. That was the thing. And in fact, your guys took it to a whole new level. But you're going to figure out, how do I serve the need of my customer who's going through difficult times as well.
Sure.
So, and what are you seeing with, because supply chain, we were talking to Will Ricks, what are you guys seeing with the fluids and the oils and things that you're putting into cars? How is that?
Has there been any
disruptive,
challenging?
or is it okay?
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
So we look at our industry and we always think that oil should be the most delicate item in our supply chain. And it is, but it's not what hit first. It was oil filters, air filters, and cabin air filters. Some of our distributors had contract negotiation problems with their suppliers, not able to get metal, not able to get filter material. And I never seen it coming. I didn't think we'd have problems getting an oil filter. It's embarrassing when I have to tell a customer, I can't service your car because I don't have the filter for it. So we've been able to leverage multiple vendors. Maybe there was a vendor that was a secondary, or maybe a third vendor we've been able to bring in and get some of the supplies that we needed. We also had to reach out to other oil companies because now they're seeing the pinch too. But we're doing everything that we can. It's been a great year, but we're having to work for it for sure.
Yeah. No, that was one of our things when we talked about how do you have to assess your supply chain, but then one of the pivots is going to secondary vendors.
Having multiple vendors there available for you. So
I think sometimes we go on convenience, and it's nice having one vendor that takes care of everything until that one vendor can't take care of you, and then you have to reach out to all the people that you've told no over the years and build that relationship.
Yeah, then you're taking them to lunch, right?
Yep, that's right.
So when you drain the oil, it goes into something that then goes, where did ultimately, what is it from the point that you drain it, where does it go to where does it end up eventually?
Okay, so all of our product, we consider ourselves an environmentally friendly company.
Yeah.
We recycle everything that we have. So oil comes in and it drains out the bottom of a car, goes into a catch pan. That catch pan will usually hold 15 cars, so we've got to empty it 2 to 3 times during the day. We have big tanks inside of our stores that hold the excess capacity, and then there's companies that come in and remove that fluid, and they actually sell it to companies that use it for fuel. So it competes with the heating oil market. Okay. So a lot of oil burners, coal plants, tar plants, and they use it to heat their material.
Yeah. So then do they have to filter it, or they just take it, the raw material all mixed from different cars, and just are able to process it from there, or what has to happen?
Well, hopefully everything that's coming out of the cars is pretty clean.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
well, sometimes there's metal shavings.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
Yeah, but they do filter it, so it goes into their secondary vendor clean filtered.
And then someone comes to you, and how is your oils delivered? It's not like if I go to the store and buy oil in little quarts or whatever they are, that's not how it's delivered to you.
It's not usually. I mean, there's a couple weeks ago I went and bought pallets of oil from Costco. That's what we had to do. Yeah. But usually there's a tanker truck that comes in and they pump it into our tanks, and then we use pneumatic pumps that pumps it into the car that's measured with how much to put in.
Yeah. So technical equipment then. So what if someone says, hey, I want to get into the franchise, because you did a franchise over starting their own brand. What do you see now, having done a franchise? What do you see the advantages and or disadvantages of being your own brand versus a franchise?
I think the advantage of doing a franchise is it's a proven system that if you follow the system, it works. Mm-hmm. You've got great support, whether it be marketing, financial, or just a network of people that are in the industry that'll help you get where you need to go. I think it'd be very difficult for someone to open up just an independent quick lube. Maybe not difficult, but they wouldn't have some of the advantages that you have as being part of a franchise.
They have to go figure out all the other things, because it's not just draining and putting the plug back in and filling it up. There's you've kind of alluded or talked about slightly the accounting processes of it, and forecasting and all those other things that go into it. So
Yep.
yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Very good. Well, you can see that we're dealing with a leader in the industry here in eastern Idaho with Grease Monkey. Tyson Daniels is a great leader. He's an inspiring entrepreneur, and we look forward. Kind of talk to us about what the future. Are you looking for more expansion? What we don't want you to give away any trade secrets here, but kind of look at what's in the future for Grease Monkey.
So Brian, we've got one franchise license that's kind of just in the pocket. We're just trying to find that right location. I think Pocatello, Blackfoot, Rexburg, or even Idaho Falls could see more Grease Monkey locations. Maybe 5, right?
Yeah, why not? Right?
No, things are good. We want to continue to grow, and we're looking for opportunities to expand in East Idaho markets and other places.
So what do you see with the people that are the franchisee, right? What's their exit strategy? Because at some point you get tired or want to go do something else or just retire as a whole. How does Grease Monkey help facilitate that?
So what we're seeing a lot in our market is private equity groups. I mean, Full Speed Automotive is the company that owns Grease Monkey, and they've been sold to 2 separate private equity group. And the next goal is to get more stores, make more revenue, and get it on to the next one. Yeah. So we're seeing these big chains come in and purchase small chains, and they're just growing fast. So it's like there's less small guys, and the big guys have more.
Yeah.
Probably similar to the farms.
Yeah. No, that's what
definitely how things are evolving.
People, equity groups come in and roll things all up into nice balls and then sell them off to somebody else, right?
Economies of scale. You can do things cheaper if you have more.
Yeah, very good.
Very good. Well, it's a great conversation. Tyson, is there anything else that you would want the business community out there to know about Grease Monkey?
No, we just want to be part of the community. We love customers. We love our employees. We're here to take care of our customers. We're always looking for new ways to provide any services that customers need. So we encourage, come in, check us out. Even if it's for a free vacuum and fluid check, we're happy to do that at any of our stores for free.
Very good.
Very good. Check out Grease Monkey, Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Rexburg.
And to be determined. You
have 2 locations in Pocatello, right?
That's right, yep.
Good. Come in there, get a free car wash. Mention Tyson, and you get probably a free car wash if you do that, right?
I can figure that out. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll send you a code.
That's right. That's right. Good. Well, we appreciate Tyson Daniels being here with the Grease Monkey. End us today with this quote that you have. I thought this was very inspirational.
So I think our favorite quotes are changing all the time, and this was one that spoke to me, and I'm thinking about the employees that work for us. It says, "Too many companies believe people are interchangeable. Truly gifted people never are. They have unique talents. Such people cannot be forced into roles that they are not suited for, nor should they be effective leaders allow great people to do the work that they were born to do." And I have so many employees that are like that, Brian. It's like they're so strong in some areas, and I think sometimes we try to provide training and guidance to get them strong where they're weak. Just let them do what they're good at.
Yeah.
Fill that void with someone else that's maybe capable of doing the things that they're not, and let them focus on the things that they enjoy and they're good at.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then get out of the way, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, great company, Grease Monkey here in eastern Idaho. We appreciate you being here and doing some talking business. And we wish you the best in your business ventures. So we're going to roll right into some training for the day. And our topic today is time management. And this is, I think that I work with a lot of businesses some on a weekly and some on a bi-weekly and some on a monthly basis. But as I've worked with businesses and been in business myself, this is one of the biggest areas as leadership of companies that you need to be trained on it, and we came up with some great things here. Feel free to jump in and put any 2 cents in, Tyson, as we go through this. But on the screen here, we came up with 9 things that can help you be a better time manager with your business. Go ahead and start us off.
Well, create your to-do list. I think that's pretty impactful. I'm great at procrastination, by the way. That's how I manage my time, is by pushing it into the future. But time is our most precious commodity, and everybody has the same amount until you die, and then your time's up, right?
And then time's up.
But creating the to-do list and what is urgent, and and then being able to check that to-do list, that's always a good feeling.
It is. So we're going to talk about that urgent word down here in a little bit. Use checklist, declutter. And when I found this a few months ago, and I found declutter your desk and declutter your computer, and it was like, wow, really, that's going to help me?
Yeah.
But I did it, and now I'm down to 2 piles on my
Yeah, I
desk,
was
not
gonna
just
say, yeah, well, it used to be
scattered
spread
out. It
That's
used to
how
be
I do it.
all over my desk, but I've got one pile that is this is the urgent stuff that needs to be done, and this is when I get that pile done, which usually the number 1 pile doesn't get handled, but I have 2 piles, the urgent and then the not so urgent, and so those 2 advices really helped me, because there'd be times I'd walk in and say, wow, where do I even start with everything that's on my desk?
So focus on the task in hand, and I think sometimes the task in hand isn't what we want to do, right? And I think that's where the focus definitely needs to be, because we can quickly derail and feel busy over here, but still, whatever the issue is, you got to address it. You can't just let it go. So anyway.
Yep, plan tomorrow's task today. And this is something that I've really focused on in the last, is that the last thing I do before I leave the office every day is look at what my day is tomorrow. And if I have any openings, then I fill it with stuff that's on the urgent part. We'll get down here to the bottom, and I fill in my planner each and every day so that I know that the most crucial stuff is getting done.
Allocate task time slots. I think that's pretty important too, because you can't just give indefinite time to things. By giving it, I can give this much time to it, and then having as we were talking about, great employees, turning some of the tasks over to them. But if you just don't put a stopping time on it, then you're not able to go get other things done.
I think that's what's been most helpful for me is, thinking back in our school days, English class ended at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It ends. You move on to math. Yeah. And then you might have a little homework that you got to figure out how to catch up on the things you missed out on. But block that time out, and just make sure you don't cross into other times with your tasks.
Yeah.
Very good. And I can't talk enough about this number 8, to eliminate online time stealers. I've learned over the last couple of years that if I open up my Outlook, which has all my different emails in there for all the different things that I have going on, that if I can do that, I can spend hours just looking at emails. I get probably 2/3 junk mail. But I can open up those and check out what's Groupon got, what's LinkedIn, what's new, who's new on LinkedIn, and I can find that there's a lot of things that I can do. And I find that the first thing I do is I get in the morning, I get through those as quickly as I can, but then I shut down my email. Because if I leave it open, it comes up and notifies me of all the things that are just coming up all the time, and then I'm distracted again. Then I go look at something. This one for me has been a crucial one, that I shut down my email so that I can get my to-do things accomplished.
Yeah, my emails I address 3 times a day at specific times, because if you don't, or at least for me, if I don't, then that's what happens. So,
yeah. Did you guys turn your email notifications off on your phones?
Yeah, mine, I just turn my phone on silent, and that's how I have to. How about you?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I probably get distracted too much by emails hitting my phone.
It is,
something
and
I should do.
I turned off the notifications, like you said, on mine, so that I get notifications of text. I guess people are learning how to get a hold of me. They can text me, but if you're going to email me, it's going to be something I'm going to look at the beginning of the day or the end of the day. Yep. And that's the only times that I allow that. And eliminate interruptions and phone calls. And this has been really good. Right during the call, during the meeting today, I got a spam call, or it said toll-free call, which I know is just a telemarketer, and it was great to hit decline. It's nice that we can now filter some of that stuff away and not have to. I wonder if I should be taking that call, because 9 out of 10 of the ones on mine tell me if it's going to be probably a spam call.
Yeah.
So let's go down here to the bottom here, and this was a great matrix that came up by Stephen R. Covey, and
time's up.
That's right. So and you can put your to-do lists, the things that you need to assign out into 4 different categories: urgent, not important, and not urgent. So there's 4, and it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the things that you need to get done, classify them in one of those 4 categories. And it gives you some different examples there. If you would like a copy of this slide, just text me. We can put my text number up at the end of the show if we want. and I'll email you this slide, because this is absolutely crucial. If you do this and you take 5 to 10 minutes every day and put your things that you need to do into one of these categories and then accomplish them, whether you prioritize them as 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D, whatever you want to do. But if you follow these things and put things into these categories, you will accomplish the most important things each and every day.
Yep.
So highly recommend you take this. I've utilized this, and it's significantly helped me in my business and management styles. So appreciate your input, guys. And let's talk about next week's show, should we?
Yeah.
Dave Thewison. David Thewison, he's the CEO of the Homestead. He's got multiple places throughout eastern Idaho. This guy is a great entrepreneur. He's doing some great things here. He has that, but he has multiple other businesses that he's also partnered with. And we're going to be having David Thewison here from Rexburg. Just a great entrepreneur, a great leader in the community up there in eastern Idaho. A great, I can't say the word great enough about this guy. He's going to be here on the show next week.
Exciting.
That's right. So thank you, Tyson.
Yeah.
Go visit the Grease Monkey. Mention Tyson Daniels' name and you might get a free car wash. There you go. I rip off my microphone.
Yeah, now we can't hear Brian. No, we still can because he talks quite loud. But.
Yes, I do.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody. We'll see you next week. We got an ad here to watch at the end, and we'll see everybody with Talkin Business next week. Thanks, everybody.
The Small Business Development Center is a statewide network made up of professional consultants in 6 locations throughout the state. Companies come to us with a felt need, and our goal is to help them reach their core need. Once we determine that, that's when we start to see companies prosper.
The SBDC helped us start, hands down. Having the tech center, having the resources from the SBDC helped us start our business, and we couldn't have done it without them.
The consultants of the Small Business Development Center are professional executives, CEOs, entrepreneurs themselves that really can relate to each of the small businesses to help them achieve their goals.
They got to know our business, inside and out. We told them everything about how our business works.
I feel like the interest that he showed too gave them a little bit more of an idea of where we needed help in.
The resources being tapped into my executive team, who themselves tap into SBDC almost weekly to gain information and knowledge base that becomes very instrumental in us making the right decisions.
We measure success by the success of our businesses. We really are industry and professional agnostic. So our goal is that if we can help those companies grow and thrive and expand, then that's success to us.